Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in with your girl. Today we're going to discuss, which I'm sure everyone's heard about by now, is T.I. discussing on his podcast how he goes with his daughter Deja to the gynecologist yearly to see if her hymen is still in place. I have several issues with this subject. Not only with T.I., but with Deja's mother also. Because I'm confused on why she allows this to happen. Now, I understand as a parent, we all want our children to remain virgins for as long as possible. And I'm assuming that he wishes this for his daughters more so than for his sons, since in Family Hustle, there's a segment where King, they're at the beach, and I believe they're in Hawaii or somewhere. And King is asked about, is he still a virgin? And he says no. He tells that in front of the family, having family discussion, and he says that he's not a virgin anymore. He's lost his virginity. And T.I. goes on to say how you broke your mother's heart. And it's like a joke to him. Like, it's no big deal. And the double standard is that it's okay for King, who seems to be of a young age. He seems to be of a teenager, of adolescent. And that's acceptable behavior for the males in the family. It's acceptable behavior for you to be having premarital sex at a young age, but it's not acceptable for the girls. So there is a double standard that is being taught in this household, that what the boys are allowed to do, the girls are not allowed to do. It's another double standard that's being accepted, is that I don't believe you. Your word doesn't mean anything to me. So if Deja's asked, are you having sex? And she replies, no, that response is not good enough. I still need to go to you to the doctor. You still need to give consent for me to find out, because your word means nothing to me. I need to hear it from this doctor to say that this is still intact so I can know. And that's the issue right there. Why is King word, why is it okay for him to say yes or no and it's accepted, but Deja word is not accepted? So if Deja says, no, I'm not having sex, then why is that not accepted as truth? Why do you need a verification from a doctor to accept it? So it doesn't matter what she says, really. You're not going to accept whatever she says. You need that doctor to tell you this is the truth. So you're basically letting her know that her word means nothing to you. That's what you're teaching her. That's what you've instilled in her. So you taught her that now I'm going to have to learn. You're teaching her more than what you realize you're teaching her. And the women in this family are allowing this behavior to be taught to her. And that's another issue I have. Tiny, I don't know Deja's mother's name. Both women have allowed this to happen because they both know this is what he's doing, because I'm quite sure he's told them. Now, I can understand that Tiny is not her biological mother and she can only say so much, but what happens when Harris grows up? This is the learned behavior. This is what's already been accepted. So this is what I can only assume he will do with her. You've already saying that this is how I'm raising my daughters. The other problem I have is that the women didn't tell him, you need to go sit down somewhere. You're doing too much. You didn't even allow them to take them. You had to take full control of this whole situation and go. So the mothers were not allowed to go. You had to go. And that's another whole nother issue of control. You're so controlling and domineering. What have you taught her about a man? So what have you taught her? What type of relationship is she going to have? Because we date our parents, whether you realize this or not. You date, boys date their mothers, girls date their fathers. So what type of man is she going to date? The exact type of man you want her not to date, because that's how life goes. You're trying so hard to shield her from a man that, let's face it, let's TI tip, whichever you want to call him, has several children. He started at a very young age. He has several children's mothers. There have been rumors of several affairs in the marriage. So, what does Deja have to look forward to? Because you're so controlling and domineering, that's the type of man she's going to be attracted to. Because that's the type of man you've raised her to be attracted to. You've raised her to be attracted to a man who, no matter what she says or does, is never going to believe her. This whole little thing is not going to play out the way you want it to. And that's the sad part about it. Another bad issue with this is you publicly put this on the airwaves. There's already so many how can I put this? There's already so many older men who have already showed their interest in her, lusting after her, and made that publicly known, commenting in her DMs and saying inappropriate things to her. Now you have put her virginity out here in the public. That's only going to attract more people. It's only going to attract more perverts and sickos. You only entice even more people. And you publicly humiliated her. For what? Why? Because you're not thinking about what's in the best interest of her. You think about what's in the best interest of you. This is your life. This is your world. You want to know what she's doing. You want to know what her body is doing, what she got going on. She having sex or not. This is all about you. This don't have nothing to do with her. This is all about you. You have narcissistic tendencies. Now, I like a lot of things that he stands for politically. And I'm not saying he's not a good father, but I'm saying some of the way he moves, I would have told him go sit down somewhere. Some of the things he do, I could not have condoned. And this is one of them. Because now you put something that was very private and made it public, and the world did not need to know about it. And you had no remorse about it. It was like, so what? And that's another issue I had. It was like what you were saying was not, because it wasn't you. That wasn't your story to tell. You told something that was not for you to tell. That was not your moment to tell. And I think that you don't get it. I think that you don't get it because you are famous, you are a star, and you do have a family show, and you feel like, okay, I'm this famous person. I do a lot of things. I do this and that. It's okay for me to discuss things, but that wasn't yours to discuss. That was Deja's issue to discuss if she chose to. You didn't have the right to do that to her. Parent or no parent. That wasn't yours to tell. So, and I really don't understand. I guess the women or her mother's just going along with everything he's doing because of money, financially. Because if he wasn't financially secure in the bag like he is, or just a regular average Joe, she wouldn't condone. It's nothing wrong with being involved in your child's life. It's nothing wrong with wanting them to be a virgin. But the measures you're taking is out of line. He's very out of pocket. And people who are saying this is okay, it's not okay. It's not okay. Because at some point you have to trust your child. She's human. Even if she did make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. How many mistakes did you make? How many mistakes did you make along the way and you still turned out okay? You still became a millionaire. You still are doing fine in life, even with all the mistakes you made. So it's okay to let people make mistakes in life because you learn from them. It's a learning process. Even if she did by chance have a child, having a child is not the worst thing that can happen to you. You're doing too much. You need to stop. Especially now that she's 18, you really need to stop. Let her grow into a woman. Let her decide for herself. That's the only way you learn in life. You have to make choices. You have to make mistakes. You have to live and learn. And it doesn't mean that she's going to make mistakes, but give her the opportunity to do and stop doing this to her. And it's sad that these women are allowing this. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this is disgusting. So that's what I want to say about T.I. I also wanted to talk about the meet and greet that Strongmommy Chrissy did. I seen a lot of people commenting on, was it red carpet, question marking, stuff like this and that. I'm going to say this for Strongmommy Chrissy. Strongmommy Chrissy put together a meet and greet in Las Vegas. This woman has 9 children. But she still put together an event to meet her subscribers. Whoever showed up, that was their choice. You can't make people show up. People got tickets. She paid for a club. So she paid for the place for people to come to see her, to enjoy themselves. She paid for the DJ. She paid for all that. From what I saw, the people who did attend the event, the meet and greet, enjoyed themselves. What is the problem? She showed up late, which is, I see that as a problem. If you throw something, you should be on time. I don't like for people who don't show up on time. That's just a pet peeve of mine. Other than that, kudos to her. I would suggest maybe next time you throw one, maybe you get with some more YouTubers who are, in the area or going to be in that area, and you do like a big collab. So maybe you have a bigger turnout, or maybe you do it on a weekend where there's going to be other events going on. There's it's trial and error. You live and you learn. And I've had a party thrown for me where people were jealous and locked the building. We started dancing in the street till we was able to get the door unlocked. You don't let people stop your shine. There's always going to be trolls out here. There's always going to be people trying to stop what you're doing. There's going to be jealous of what you're doing. There's going to wish they was doing what you're doing. You still made that happen. Even though you're going through a custody battle with your child. Even though you're going through a divorce with your husband. You still did what you needed to do and show your appreciation to the people who rock with you. Don't let one person, a few people, a few trolls damper your mood. I saw the reaction video where you're on there crying. You don't sit up there and be crying over these folks like that. If you need to cry, girl, pause that video. wipe them tears, come back fresh and new. Do not give these people the joy that they're looking for. Keep doing you. There's always going to be people out there waiting for you to fail. You need to get this in your system. You still young enough. You need to learn this early in life. Keep doing you. Because all those people that was out there making them videos, where they silver plaque at? They don't got 100 subscribers. They're throwing shade left and right. Where they meet and greet? They didn't do no meet and greet. Wait till they do a meet and greet and see how many people show up. Then let's talk about it. On to the next topic. This little feud going on between Francoise Vlogs and the Clout Chasers is hilarious. These women are much too old to be going back and forth the way they are. And I'm going to put it out here like this. Francoise is a way better woman than me. Because, what's her name? Jessica? Whoever it is, asked for the address. I would have gave her my address. I would have emailed her my address and wish she would show up. Please show up. You going to take my man? You going to do what? Please show up. Because I stay locked and loaded. Try me. Y'all ladies are really crossing the line. YouTube is out here for you to do content and stuff. But you talking about you going to do this to somebody's husband and all this and this. Y'all talking about people's kids. Y'all have really crossed the line. Y'all going to come across the wrong one day. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Thank you for watching this video. If you have made it to this far into the end, please subscribe to this channel if you have not done so by now. Like, comment, and share this video. And until the next one, peace.